Okay, so as I was saying, these people go to weird, extreme lengths to do diabolical, crazy things, to attempt to make people look a certain way or, um, you know, yeah, yeah. Anyways, it's just strange. So a guy had just started attempting to come around me. Actually, quite a few of them have attempted to start coming back around me um, more recently. And one of them that I really wasn't dealing with at all, like he tried to basically come in like that he's cool and everything's great, as far as like him and I, but he knows that I completely recall like that we weren't cool when I wasn't um when I was over here in this area the last time. So, anyways, he came back around me the second time, and it was like strange because a chick had rolled by in a bike one direction and then he came from the other direction like not very long after that, so in their passing, like they should have seen each other, like it was like super um like synchronistic that it should have, like they should have met up, because there's no way that they didn't pass each other. So with the time frame. Anyways, so I asked him if he knew her, and he was like he didn't see her and she must have went into the store. So he knew exactly who I was speaking of. And this woman is in the parking lot right now. She like dropped her bag of cans and she's like literally just ear hustling in the parking lot, like she's what do they call it, eavesdropping. She's trying to see what I'm doing. She's just standing there, and that's why I had like turned to look, because these people, they just act strange, they do strange things. So anyways, when before the guy like stated that he was gonna go see who it was or see if she had went into the store, or he was gonna go look at the bike, because I was like, I was thinking that you would know who it is, because the simple fact is you live here, this is a small town, you grew up here, and like why wouldn't he know who this woman is, like, and if he's out here on bikes and she's out here on bikes, like in a small town, I would just think that he would know who it is. So, anyways, he was like, "Oh, well, was she looking at you?" And he was like, "Was she looking at you like for a long time?" Like, how do you know that? Why would you even pose a question in that way? Because you kind of, you know who I'm talking about, you know why they're looking at me, and you know who's looking at me. So, the thing is that he offered to go look at the bike and see if he knew who it was. Before he left, he had, I guess, like dropped all kinds of broken pieces to what he does, which is methamphetamine. He dropped like all these broken glass pieces of a pipe, and he did it in a way so that I wouldn't know that it was there. So like it could look like, because I'm at one end of this long shopping center half wall bench that people can sit on, and he did it like almost let's see, it's almost to the middle, not quite. It's a little, it's probably about, it's not quite in the middle. Okay, is a little offset from the middle, but I'm at one end and he did it like almost to the middle where he dropped all this glass at, okay? But he did it like all sneaky and quiet. And then he gets up to go like he's gonna go like try to investigate. But he already knew who this individual was when I said it, you know. But okay, so he gets up and he goes, and when he comes back with a guy on a bike, and they're just like kind of off to the side by the store or whatever, like 30, 40 feet away. And I'm just like, okay. And they're just like right there. So then I was like, okay, did you find out like who I was talking about? And he was just like, you know, oh no, they took off or whatever. And it was like, okay. So the one guy goes like in this little cut area that has like a little bit of blockage or whatever. And so I'm looking straight at him like, what is this guy doing? Because I don't know him like that. And I'm just like, I don't know if he's like trying to get ready to try to do some kind of harm to me. So I'm like on him, like I'm like, what is he doing, you know? And so, anyways, um, so the other guy is like out there, like he's a lookout guy. So I was like, what are they doing? They're not close to like the windows or building. I was like, oh, these motherfuckers is gonna, excuse my French and my Middle German English, but they're about to do some drugs right there. Okay, so that was like the first like kind of clue or whatever about what he had done when he was sitting like offset to the middle of where I was actually working on my sign. Like I'm painting a top portion of my sign that says activities, and then it would read uh, activities ebook available now. And then I'm putting the ages on that piece that I'm going to add to my sign. So anyway, so just so people know that it has like activities in it, because it's like a lot of activities. So I think that my sign needs to reflect that. So anyways, I'm over here working. You're gonna come over here, act like you're trying to be cool with me. We've only seen each other one time before that in the more recent past, and you're gonna drop all this glass over here. So you're trying to set me up to look like I'm messing around with meth, and you're over here like going in the corner with, you know, some dude to like hit that pipe and stuff, and you're switching it off like out in the open, like you haven't. I mean, even if you, they're just acting like it's a cigarette or something. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, not to say that cigarettes are good, because I don't promote, you know, cigarettes either. But the thing is like, that's, anyways. So the moral of the story is I cleaned whatever this glass was to the pipe that he broke or whatever, and like somehow I don't find it a coincidence that it's all broken up and put on the ground like in the vicinity of where I'm at. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you up to no good, and you trying to like insinuate some shit. Like, this is like very close to where I have been sleeping at homeless. Like, so yeah, no, you full of shit. But I'm gonna just call it for what it is. You full of shit. Like, so anyways, first of all, this is a like a shopping center area, so there's babies and little toddlers and children and parents that come and sit at this little half wall section. Like, that's inconsiderate and dangerous and just unacceptable, you being a father, to not think of other little children that are going to be in this area to do some foul ass shit like that. You know, okay. So let's give the benefit of the doubt. Okay? Let's give the benefit of the doubt, and he wasn't trying to do that purposefully. Yes, fuck he was, but we're going to say that he wasn't doing that purposefully. to make it look like I partake in something by leaving that fucking glass right here by where I sleep in the vicinity, right? Okay, so let's say that he just sat down and he accidentally broke his pipe and it just was falling all over the place. Now, I'm very observant. I didn't hear nothing. You should be able to hear some glass falling on the ground, right? Like if something shattered and broke. Nah, because that shit was broke before you got over here and then you just like was sprinkling it on the ground. Okay. Okay. But then you're gonna try to get some kind of photo op like in my vicinity that y'all is passing off the pipe after you've been sitting kind of close to where I'm at. Bitch, don't bring your ass around me. Don't come around me no more. Like, first of all, you don't have respect for yourself to even like do whatever you do in private, and then you are very highly inconsiderate of these babies by just leaving glass all over the ground. Because let's say it was an accident, though, right? Let's say it was an accident, okay, and he had broke it and it fell out of his pocket, right? At the moment you fucking notice that shit, shouldn't you have cleaned that mess up? As a father, you would just let it be right there for your children, right? Like you just gonna, so you don't care about your own children or you don't care about other people's children, right? Because this is a shopping center that like people bring their children to. This is like one of the major shopping centers in this small little city. So you wouldn't pick that up? Glass? Okay, let's not even say that it's a meth pipe, but glass, just glass. Period. Just glass. Breaking glass and you're just gonna leave it where other babies come. For real? I don't know. I just feel like people should have been raised better than that. I feel that I think that someone of his so-called status, right? Somebody in a house with a home and has their children and all this stuff, I would just expect that they were raised better than that. And they would hold themselves at a higher standard, not to just leave some broken glass, litter period, but some broken glass, like where people's children come, like no, that's not okay. And then that it's a drug pipe, that makes it that much worse. You got me fucked up. So that light just tried to over my shoulder. That's right on point, right on target, on. I'm all the way turned up. Okay? My light is shining bright, bright on these demons. Okay? And so, anyways, yeah, this is unacceptable. See, and man, uh, like this is in the same area that I had gotten that OG that when I was working on another sign. I was working on a sign for my art competition that I did for Fine Art America, and I had entered 3 art pieces into a contest. And so I was making a sign, for people to be able to vote for me. And this dude comes up and he's like trying to be in the vicinity where I'm at, smoking his fucking meth. And I put his ass on live social media, like live Instagram, okay, in the moment, because he was just trying to be, disrespectful. I felt like he was attempting to be disrespectful. This fool had already attempted to get me into sex trafficking, okay? And when that failed, now you want to come around me with your meth pipe and trying to smoke around me? Listen, just because I'm love and light don't mean that I don't know the streets, nigga. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I know the streets and I know what you up to. Like, just because I speak kindly and I'm kind and courteous to people and I speak proper English, right? Like Middle German English, which is a bastardized language, just because I speak clearly, I guess you could say, pronunciate my words and get my points across and have a, you know, vast vocabulary, does not mean that I will not speak your language. I'm fluent in your language. Okay? I'm highly fluent because I was raised that way. I just chose not to live my life that way and to speak that way. But I can because I'm 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 working on Japanese. I'm working on, being fluent in Spanish and all these other languages. But some of the first languages that I knew, yeah, was that language that you speak. So, um, just because I carry myself a certain way, you know, I'm like a angry Jamaican. Okay, anybody who knows an angry Jamaican, like they can speak as proper as possible, and you get them mad, and that Jamaican accent is about to come out. Okay, they will not be able to hide it. I am love and light, but I am equally, I have my balance. Listen, I'm yin and yang. I got my masculine and feminine balanced. I have the light and the dark balance. I choose light. Don't make me make another choice because I'm highly creative. And creative motherfuckers is creative. Okay, very creative. And I don't choose to take my creativity to the dark side. Okay? That doesn't mean that I cannot take it there. I choose not to take it there. But don't get it twisted either that love and light can still whoop your ass in righteousness. Okay, so don't think that, because let's be 1000. I'm not Christian, Catholic, none of them religions. I honor my ancestors, and I realize that, and I know that there's different types of angelic light beings, okay? And some of them wasn't like a lot of them aren't with that turn the other cheek type thing. Nah, I think that was added because you got warrior angels. That's all they do. Okay, is slay demons. Okay? That's all they do is slay demons. You got Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Well, bitch, I am the demon slayer. Let's get it. Let's keep it 1000. I will send them to places that they do not want to go. And worse than hell. So, anyways, with that being said, I'm going to throw this glass in the trash that was just rudely and unacceptably put in the vicinity of where. And tomorrow's Sunday, right? So there's going to be a whole bunch of families coming through here. What what assholes? Like that's an asshole. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done. That's enough of that video. Okay. So I've expressed my concerns, my feelings, my thoughts, and um, what basically it shouldn't be allowed. Like people used to have morals, whether they did drugs or not. They had at least like a standard that they would not go below. And if they were going below that standard, people would whoop their ass and get them back in line so that they would not be going below those standards again. Like there was rules. Like you just couldn't, it wasn't a free for all. Like you just break some glass and leave it for some babies like to just be playing in and walking around. And no. Anyways, I'm finished. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And yeah, this unacceptable behavior has to stop. Whoever is doing it. Period. On period. On God.